Hi, I'm Yaswanth. Welcome to my YouTube channel and also welcome to the Interview Mantra playlist. Today we have a special guest with us. She's Sai Anusha Kancharla. She's currently working as a data analyst at IBM. So today she is going to share her interview experience with IBM and also her work experience till now. So I hope like this video will be a helpful moment for many of the young aspirants who are willing to work under companies like IBM. And also she is going to share some interview tips and also resources that you can use in order to prepare for interviews. So hi Anusha. So first of all, thank you so much for accepting my invite and being a part of this interview mantra playlist. So how are you doing?
I'm doing good. First of all, thanks to you for offering an interview.
It's my pleasure.
Because, yeah, I'm doing good.
Yeah.
So successfully completed 2.5 years in IBM.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to hear. So like I have introduced you as a data analyst in IBM. Like, can you please briefly explain your role in IBM?
Okay, as a data analyst, we usually get some data from the clients, which I think you are aware of ETL process, right?
Yeah.
We extract the data, we transform it and load it into different visualization tools. Currently, I'm working on Power BI and I'm starting to also work on Tableau.
Okay.
So these two are visualization level tools. And in my first project, I have also worked on Python for, transforming the data.
Okay.
Currently, in this project, they are using PLSQL only.
Okay.
Let us hope we'll use. I mean, Python is also getting introduced into this project as well.
Okay. That's good to hear. So,
Yeah.
can you share your journey from your engineering to, IBM? So it was like, can you explain also your educational background?
Okay, so I have studied in Narayana Engineering College, Kudur, just as you. Okay, so I never thought I would be placed in such a good company studying in such a rural college, I should say.
Okay.
So it was a surprise for me as well. In my first interview, I have failed, and this IBM is my second interview.
Okay.
And I'm very proud that I got placed into such a renowned company in just the second trial. So there is so much in the background, so much preparation you need. Firstly, you have to build up your confidence levels and also your technical skills and also your communication skills. It's not just one thing that an interviewer sees in you. It is like a package. Everything counts in an interview. Apart from just technical skills or communication skills, most of them say like communication skills only will launch you into the interview, but not just that. Your confidence matters, your attitude matters. They'll see if you are able to learn things, even if you are not very much good at technical level. They just see, they know that you are a fresher, right?
Yeah.
They don't expect so much from you, but the minimum you should let them know that you have this potential in you. So you have to show that in the interview. So it is like everything that matters. Either it is like in a higher level or lower level, everything complements you in an interview.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. So like from day one of your engineering to the last day, like when you placed in the IBM, so what are the things that you can carry from your college? Can you take away from your college? I mean, it might be a personal development or the skills that you make yourself ready for a placement. What are those few things?
Okay, so I was also there. I was there when I was all stressed out and blanked out when I'm giving a presentation. But that's not the end. You have to improve yourself. So I have been there and I have practiced a lot, like in front of the mirror or anything. You have to build up the confidence, and I have built it in the early level, I think. So I'm glad that. So firstly, my confidence, which helped me a lot. So you have to have that confidence, and the technical skills, that's so mandatory. Like either it be DBMS or either it be web technologies, or it can be like any programming language. You should have grip at least any one technology. So that I'm glad I had good DB on either DBMS side.
Yeah.
I have good technical knowledge. And also, like, I was good at basics in web technologies. That thing also helped me, but I know that web technologies didn't help me much because I am now doing the data analyst.
Yeah.
So DBMS is the core for this job.
So, I mean, can you briefly explain your interview preparation and for IBM, specifically for IBM? So, have you prepared yourself for the interview? And can you also, along with that, can you share that process and rounds that takes place in the process of hiring?
Okay, firstly, in IBM, we have 3 rounds.
Okay.
The first one is the written test, and the second is the group discussion, and third is HR and technical combined.
Okay.
So 3 levels. And in the first level, we have communication related questions and number series, which are for logical thinking and a little bit of aptitude combined. So this is the written test, and I mostly have use Glassdoor to go to, like where to start. In the Glassdoor, you will find that process of the interview. So Glassdoor is first thing I have looked into for my aptitude and number series what kind of questions, to know what level the questions will be in. So that is for my written test. And group discussion, one of my cousins have helped me a lot. It is my first group discussion, I should say.
Yeah.
And I cracked it. I am so proud in that moment. And the third is the HR and technical round. So basically, whatever you put in your resume, from that resume only you will get the questions in technical round. So you have to be very mean while preparing your resume. Each and every word, you have to put it there with confidence. Like if there is a question related something to this, you should be able to answer. You don't have, I know many people, what they do is they pick a resume from some junior, from senior and from friends. Yeah. And they just change the name and give it to the, interviewer and get the questions, unexpected questions, and then stuck and then stress. So you should not do that. You have to sit and prepare your resume. You have to know what is there in your resume, and you have to be very well prepared for every question that you will get. Yeah, so these are the 3 things in the IBM process. And there was a training from Narayana College also on this aptitude and communication skills. So there was like 5 days training on that. Yeah, that is it.
Okay, good to hear. So like there is a myth that like people from normal colleges, like people who are studying not in top tier colleges will not get good placements. This is a myth, right? So but you are an example, like you studied from a normal college and you got into a top notch MNC. So can you tell like what actually it matters? I mean, is it the college that really matters, or is it the skill set of an individual that matters?
It is definitely the skill set that matters. It is not the college. So when you are there in front of the interviewer, he doesn't question. It is like a small college. He don't judge you based on the college. He judge you based on the skills, based on your communication, how well you're showing up. I mean, presenting yourself. Yeah. How well you're presenting yourself, and what are your skills? How confident you are on them. And whether you will be able to learn new technologies, what is your mindset on that? So these are the things that matters. It is not the college from which you are from that matters.
Yeah. Remember this point, like I talked about this particular point many times in my previous videos. So it is not the college that matters every time. Like if you're skilled enough, then ultimately just believe in yourself. That is the final thing that makes you to reach to whatever it is. Like it might be a job or a startup, whatever it is. So good to hear from you. Can you tell me the initial challenges that you faced while entering into the corporate world? Your initial days. Yeah.
Okay, there will be struggles. There will be people who will trouble you, and there are also so many supporters. I can't tell you.
Yeah.
Initially, I was like very new into this corporate world, and I don't know what to do, how to behave, and anything. I was very new there. I was just like a student. I was behaving like a student, and my manager, I should thank him a lot. He was the one who supported me in each and every stage. And made me the present person today. So now I'm like very much engaging into the group discussions or anything. If there is a problem, I'll jump in and I'll try to find a solution to it. And previously I was like, if there is a problem or any issue that I am facing, I'll just sit like, there is an issue. What should I do? So this was the kind of mentality like a typical student might have. Now it has completely changed. And there are also people who discourage you also, but then you shouldn't be discouraged. You have to empower yourself. You have to talk to yourself about that. If someone says you are not capable of doing something, don't believe it. You are capable. You should try by yourself. You should, just don't go low of someone else. I mean, by listening to someone else. You have the capability. You have to believe it. And that's what helps you progress in your career. If someone says that you are not capable of doing, you don't know anything, it's okay to don't know anything, but it's not okay to just sit idle and be sad about it. You just have to go ahead and learn things. Of course, in the fresher stage you might not know anything, but you will learn. That's what is important in this corporate world. You have to continuously learn. You just don't go and sit in a corner that I don't know anything. What will I do? No. That if you learn things, you will be able to do it.
That's really some great points. I think, of course, like people who are watching this will get note of all these things. So, like, what are the resources that you regularly follow to stay updated? I mean, as everything is changing very fastly, right? So what are the resources that you follow?
Okay, in IBM, we have your learning portal. So there we'll get all the learning materials, and you have so many, portals to learn, like Udemy, Coursera, and there are a lot of portals. You can go through any of them to get yourself updated. And also the tech videos in YouTube, they help you a lot. Google is your best friend for a programmer or anyone in the tech. Yep. So, yeah. So you can follow any of this to get to make yourself updated in things. In software engineer, it is never like I have studied in BTech and I'll just chill in the job. No, you have to study daily. You have to stay updated every day.
So, like, what about the resources that you follow in your college time?
In college time, I mostly go with the textbooks. I was like a typical engineering student. That's the syllabus. But then I have evolved from that stage to like, I have came out of my box. Now I look in every direction I can to get the knowledge.
And that is why you are here.
Yes. It is not just one portal or other, anything. If you find Udemy courses are good, you can go there and watch the videos and, you can learn things. It is not, I don't suggest it one portal. Anything is like, where we can find good knowledge is a good portal.
Yeah. That's good. So, like, one more question, like, what do you think the skills that most of the engineers are lacking, like apart from academics and technical skills? So what are the other skills that students need to improve while entering into the corporate world?
One is communication, definitely, because you will be working with the world-class clients. So communication is the first thing that you have to improve. There is no other direction to it. You have to improve your communication skills, and also you have to be very much confident enough while you're speaking. You have to be very clear about what you're speaking, and that is the second thing. You have to improve your confidence. And I know that students from this rural level colleges, or which are not like universities, have this problem like stress. If you have ever stressed in the interview, you will get blanked out completely. So try to control that stress levels. You do yoga or breathing exercises or meditation, whatever, but please control your stress. That is the first thing. If you control your stress, your confidence will begin to rise. So first, we'll have to remove that stress, because they know, interviewers or the corporate world know that we are humans. Every human don't know entirely, everything about anything.
Yes.
So it is okay if you don't know something, and just be honest with the interviewer. If you don't know something, just don't bluff it. He will know that you don't know. Don't bluff it. Be honest. These are the things you have to, practice before the interview. You have to be aware that you should not lie, and even if you're lying, be confident, so that the interviewer will not know. Mostly don't lie. I suggest don't lie. Be honest and don't stress out. It will, make your mind go blank, so you won't be able to, say a word to the interviewer. Be confident, and even if your English is not so good, don't restrict yourself. You have to express yourself. Unless you express, the interviewer won't know anything about you. It's not just the resume that will get you in. It is also what you speak about yourself. So I know, yeah, when that is why this tell me about yourself is so important. So you have to prepare a unique answer for this. Don't just go say, my name is Anusha, I'm from this college. It is all inside your resume. He can see it, right? Just tell him, give him some examples, what you did, how, you have to write something where it speaks about your personality and your mindset. Yes, that is one thing. You have to, make note of these things and just continuously prepare on this. Just don't go a day before interview and like, give me your resume, I'll change the name. Don't do all these things. You have to be well prepared for all these questions, these typical questions. It's a typical question, but it is a very important question. Like, tell me about yourself. And you have to prepare all these things. You have to practice thoroughly before you go. If you are not confident enough in your communication, you just start preparing now. There is no good time and bad time. You can just start preparing from now and get prepared for the interview. Don't go like day before the interview. Don't start the preparation. You have to be continuously practicing. If you fail in one interview, it's like it's not like that you don't get another chance. There are chances. Companies need employees to run the company. So don't think like you won't get any other opportunity. If you fail at one opportunity, you will definitely get the other, but be prepared for that.
That's really motivating. Yes. And yet you are talking more of a reality. That's great.
Yeah.
Like, if you ever feel stressed in your work, so like if you feel stressed in your work or with the people around you, like how will you handle that situation in order to make yourself cool?
You have to have like if I ever feel stressed and I want to take some break, I'll just go with music first. This is my first stress buster. And there are definitely situations where you feel stressful in this corporate world sometimes. So you have to be ready for that. First of all, you have to, you can't say, I am very stressed, I can't do this. You have to do it. So just find that if you are interested in gaming, so you can just play a game for 15 seconds, but don't get carried away by that interest. You have to just come back and work on this. So just like making yourself calm, you can do meditation. I like, for myself, it's music or anything that you're interested in to make yourself calm. Just go away and take a walk and come back. Like that, you can manage stress like that. But there is stress in the corporate world. You have to get prepared for that. If you want a stress-free job, there is no job that is stress-free. At some point or the other, you will feel like you're stressed.
Yep, true. So let's talk more about IBM now. So like, can you speak about like work-life balance in IBM and what's your personal experience on the same?
IBM is a very good company for work-life balance. Okay. So your managers also don't stress you to work over, more time than actually you are working. It is completely your wish. If you are willing to work, then they'll ask you to work. If you are not willing to work, then it's your choice. And everyone is almost every employee, every colleague is very supportive. They don't just criticize you. And I love it about IBM.
Yeah.
You will always find your colleagues very supportive and encouraging. Even if you feel low, they will come up and say, no, you are doing great. Keep doing this good work. And if you are feeling low, even the managers are very friendly. They'll keep checking on you. If you are ever, they keep asking you and, help us improve a lot more. So I love it in IBM.
Yeah.
Everyone is so friendly. Yes.
If you're surrounded
Even the
with
managers,
more people who are friendly with us, and ultimately, we act more productive than usual.
yes.
Yep, go ahead.
In many companies, I heard that managers won't be talking to the lower level people, like, for example, freshers. But it is not the kind. In IBM, you have people managers. If you feel stressed or you find anything that is not good in this, in your surroundings, you can go tell them. You can go discuss them. And there are so many other portals in IBM where you can raise your concerns and issues, and there are it is not like just a poll. They will consider what you put in the surveys or this reviews, or if there is any complaint, they'll check on this. So I like that about IBM. It's very engaging, very friendly.
Seems like you are very much happy with the IBM.
Yeah.
Good. So, what is the one last tip that you can give to the, young engineers or final year BTech students, to get placements or whatever it is, regarding their career?
So I'll suggest that you keep in mind that either your technical skills or communication skills, or not just the go-to the interview. Everything matters. Your communication, your technical skills, your attitude, your confidence, and there are a lot more factors also. You have to note them down. You have to practice every day to get into the interview. Just and also be good at least one technical side, like either it be DBMS or one programming language. You should be good at basics, just the basics. Don't overput yourself into one particular thing, and just if you are interested in Java, don't just go do Java. Just have a little bit basic knowledge about other things as well. But they don't. I keep this in mind as well. They know you are a fresher and they know you are new to the corporate world. They don't expect much from you. They just expect the basic levels from you. So be sure about that. Coming to the communication skills, you should be speaking very low and restricting yourself. Don't do this in front of the interviewer. Be open. Even if you know that you have grammatical mistakes, but just be confident. Just express yourself. I know communication is just a way of expressing yourself. Don't stress more on it. If you are not good at grammatical level also, it is okay, but try to express yourself as much as you can. Don't just restrict yourself and sit back in the interview panel. Remember that it is your opportunity. It is in your hands. Don't let go of this just like that. You have to try as much as you can. And also keep in mind that don't get stressed. Your mind will completely blank out before going to the interview. Just take deep breaths, relaxed, and keep it slow and steady. Don't just go speak fast. In a fast pace, and then just stop at some point and again speaking fast. Don't just do like that. If you are feeling stressed, keep it calm, slow, and steady. That's it. But you have to express yourself, and also don't lie in the interview panel, and they will know. Don't just think they haven't seen me. Don't just be like that. They will know. They have seen so many people like you. They know. They can read your attitude also. Your attitude, your body language speaks more than your words. So keep in mind that you have to practice this body language also before the interview. You have to sit up straight. You have to be confident. you should not lean back. These also matters. Many think that these doesn't matter, but this also matters. Your body language, as I said, it speaks more than words. So you have to practice that as well. And also, yes, confidence is key. It is like, it is like a salt salt to some curry or something. If without confidence, your interview will go in toss. So confidence is the key to everything. It binds everything together. It covers your mistakes as well. Trust me.
Yes.
Confidence is key. Yes. So that also you should keep in mind. So there are many other factors you can ask. You can consult your seniors or lecturers, or you can, ask your cousins also at least to check how you are speaking. Take feedback. Don't take feedback as some negative thing. Feedback is important. If you don't get feedback, you will not grow. So take the feedback positively, improve from it, and don't get carried away by the compliments. Most of times compliments are not true in this college level. Most of the times it is not true. Don't get overconfident based on these compliments, but take the feedback positively and improve from it.
Sure. These was really some great points and useful tips for all the young engineers. So first of all, thank you for being a part of this interview mantra playlist. I hope it really helps a lot of students who are aiming at placing in companies like IBM. And like, if you don't know, like, she's my senior during my college days. So, and
okay, I have consulted Yaswanth also. Even he is my junior, I should say. Before my GD, right? I have called you saying I'm very stressed out. I was there. Okay, if you are stressed, it is not like you have lose something. I literally did almost like very stressed, and I was like, I can't do this, but this guy motivated me that day. Yes, thanks for that.
yeah.
And that was my first. Let me share my GD experience as well. That was my first GD. I haven't been, anywhere in the group discussions before. So that was my first GD, and the topic is India one nation or not? Oh. That's the question. Okay, that is the GD topic. So there were almost 15 participants in this group discussion, and we were all in this big room with. Our seating arrangement is like in a U shape, and there is HR and interviewer were there. So you should not look into the interview panelists or the recruiters eyes while doing the GD. So keep this also in mind if you have GD. And it was like around 5 to 7 minutes. So everyone is like, trust me, I haven't spoke a word. I was waiting for the chance. Okay, everyone is in the interview panel. I mean, that room is like, yes, India is a one nation. And really, I mean, when festivals happen, we share food, we do this, we do that. Yes, India is a one nation. But at the same time, there are so many, what is it called? Like that time it was... some disputes were happening around that time in Rajasthan or something like that. No one actually spoke negative about this. They were all going positive, thinking that it is our nation or whatever. But don't just think, you have to go in the direction everyone goes. And everyone is out of the words at that time, saying India is a one nation, India is a one nation. And I was the only one who spoke about there are so many disputes happening in the country just because of the differences in the religions. Then they don't say India is a one nation like that. So I was the only one going in a negative direction. Everyone was shocked and it was looking at me like, why is she speaking like that? And don't get carried away. You have to be confident on what this is true. I'm not making up anything. The disputes were happening in India. So you have to think on in every direction about the given topic. It's not just one direction. One person started talking about it in one direction, and you don't and you don't have to think that you also have to go into the same path. And that is the only thing I spoke around the 5 minutes of interview. Everyone is like, I have spoken twice, I have spoken thrice, but it is not how many times you speak in the GD. It is like, what point are you making? Yeah. And how confident you are, and how is your communication skills. This is what matters in a GD. Like, I was so proud that day. I was like so confident and went up to my mother. I'm like, I'll get selected. You just watch. My mother is also like, why did you speak negatively? But it is not that, right?
Yeah. And it
I
makes
just
you
didn't
unique
make
on
it
that day.
clear. Yes, I was unique, and I changed the direction of the entire topic. So that is what makes a point right there.
Yes.
Okay, you have to think in all the directions you can, and make your point confident. Okay, this was my interview, and I was so proud on that day.
Like, you almost, I mean, tell completely about all your experiences with the interviews, GDs, and like, if someone is going for an IBM interview tomorrow, I think by watching this video, I think they can ultimately crack. So I think that is the level of things that you spoke today. Thank you so much.
Thank
And
you.
like whenever I asked her to be a part of this interview mantra, she accepted immediately, and thanks again for that. And
I hope, yeah, many people will get benefited by this.
yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, thank you everyone for watching this video. And there are many other videos which are already launched previously, and there are many that are coming along in the way. So please make sure you subscribe to this channel. And if you really like this video and you want some others to get benefit out of it, please share this video to someone in your network. And thank you for watching this video.